The rain pelted against the window, its rhythm a haunting melody in the dark of the night. I sat by the fireplace, its warmth a feeble shield against the chill creeping through the old house. The storm had cut off the power, leaving me alone with the shadows dancing in the flickering firelight. As I sipped my lukewarm coffee, memories resurfaced. Tales of this house being abandoned after a tragic incident years ago. They said a family lived here once, a loving couple with a daughter. But that night, on a similar stormy eve, they vanished without a trace, leaving behind an unsolved mystery. I brushed off the unsettling thoughts, dismissing them as mere rumors. But as the night deepened, odd noises emerged from the attic. A creak here, a shuffle there. My heart raced, and my rational mind struggled against the tendrils of fear. I armed myself with a flashlight and headed upstairs, the floorboards groaning beneath my cautious steps. The attic door loomed before me, its rusty hinges protesting as I pushed it open. Dusty boxes and forgotten relics greeted my light, yet something felt amiss. Then, amidst the clutter, I spotted a child's drawing, a crude depiction of a family with hollow eyes and twisted smiles. A shiver ran down my spine, the unease settling in. I turned to leave, but the door slammed shut with an eerie finality. Panic surged as I tugged at the handle, but it wouldn't budge. In the dimness, I heard whispers, soft, incomprehensible murmurs that seemed to echo from the walls. My breath hitched, every rational explanation slipping away. Suddenly, the floor creaked behind me, and I spun around, heart pounding in my chest, to find a shadowy figure looming in the corner. Frozen in terror, I watched as the figure slowly raised an arm, pointing towards the drawing. Before I could react, a gust of wind burst through the attic, scattering the relics and extinguishing my flashlight. In the darkness, the whispers grew louder, suffocating me with their chilling presence. Just as I thought all hope was lost, the attic door creaked open, and a faint light filtered through. I stumbled out, shaken to my core, into the welcoming embrace of the stormy night. As I glanced back at the house, I saw the attic window illuminated by a ghostly glow, and the child's drawing staring back at me. That night, I fled the house, haunted by the mystery that still lingered within its walls, never daring to return. One night during a rainstorm, I was on a drive. The rain drummed relentlessly against the windshield, each droplet distorting the world outside into a blurry mosaic of streetlights and shadows. I gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white with tension, navigating the desolate highway. The memories of that accident haunted me, the screech of tires on wet asphalt, the sickening crunch of metal. It had been years, but every rainy night conjured those harrowing moments. As I drove, flashes of lightning briefly illuminated the road, revealing fleeting glimpses of the dense forest on either side. The wipers struggled to keep up with the deluge, their rhythmic swipes the only constant in the chaos. My heart raced with every thunderclap, each boom echoing the pulse of my anxiety. Then, amidst the storm's cacophony, I noticed a figure by the roadside, a solitary silhouette huddled in a soaked coat. Compassion warred with caution as I hesitated, but something about the way they stood, motionless and alone, tugged at my conscience. I pulled over, the rain pelting down as I rolled down the window, offering help. The figure turned slowly, revealing hollow eyes and a haunting smile that froze my blood. Before I could react, the passenger door flung open and they slid in, the stench of decay filling the car. Panic surged as I fumbled for the door handle, but it wouldn't budge. The figure turned toward me, their voice a chilling whisper, recounting details of that fateful accident years ago, details no one else could know. My mind reeled, logic crumbling in the face of the impossible. Desperate, I slammed my foot on the gas pedal, the tires screeching as the car surged forward. The figure laughed, a sound that reverberated through my bones, and the car veered off the road, hurtling into the forest. Darkness enveloped me as the car collided with a tree, the impact sending shards of glass and twisted metal everywhere. In the deafening silence that followed, pain throbbed through every inch of my body. I struggled to move, my vision blurred, but through the shattered windshield, I saw the figure standing outside the wreckage, watching with those haunting eyes. With my last ounce of strength, I reached for my phone, fingers trembling as I dialed for help. The rain continued to pour, a relentless accomplice to this twisted fate. As sirens pierced the night, consciousness slipped away, leaving behind the ominous presence of that solitary figure, a mystery bound in the storm's relentless embrace. As the rain cascaded down in torrents, I sat in the cozy living room with my friend Sarah. We were huddled on the couch, the storm lashed against the windows. Sarah and I had been friends for years, our bond forged through shared adventures and countless rainy nights like this one. But tonight felt different. A subtle tension lingered in the air, an unspoken unease that tinged our laughter. Memories of a tragic accident from our childhood plagued my mind. A car crash on a stormy night much like this, where we narrowly escaped harm. I tried to push those thoughts away, dismissing them as mere echoes of the past. However, as the storm raged outside, strange sounds joined the symphony of raindrops, a faint tapping on the window, like fingernails seeking entry. Sarah and I exchanged nervous glances, our laughter fading into a tense silence. She attempted to lighten the mood, suggesting it was just the branches brushing against the glass, but her forced smile betrayed her unease. As the tapping persisted, curiosity and apprehension propelled us to investigate. We approached the window cautiously, peering into the darkness. At first we saw nothing but the torrents of rain. But then, a figure emerged from the shadows, a silhouette barely discernible through the water-streaked glass. Fear clutched at my throat as recognition dawned. It was a stranger, their face obscured by the curtain of rain. Sarah's grip tightened on my arm, her voice a mere whisper, questioning if we should call the police. Before we could react, the figure raised a hand, tapping more urgently against the window. A chill ran down my spine, a primal instinct warning me of danger. We backed away, but then the power cut out, plunging us into darkness. Panic seized us as we fumbled for our phones, the feeble glow offering little solace. That's when the tapping ceased, replaced by a soft scratching sound, closer now, as if at the door. Heart pounding, I called out, asking who was there, but only the relentless rain answered. We heard footsteps, slow and deliberate, approaching the front door. In a moment of sheer terror, the door creaked open, revealing the shadowy figure, rain-soaked and shrouded in mystery. Without a word, they stepped inside, their eyes locked onto us, gleaming with an eerie intensity. Sarah and I scrambled back, our voices trembling as we pleaded for an explanation, but the figure simply smiled, a smile that sent shivers down our spines. Then, as suddenly as they appeared, they turned and vanished into the stormy night, leaving us shaken and bewildered. As dawn broke, we hesitantly ventured outside, finding no trace of the enigmatic visitor, only muddy footprints leading to the edge of the forest. The memory of that rainy night lingered, a chilling encounter that would forever haunt our thoughts.